Hi there, this video comes with some exercise files and a cheat sheet for Photoshop. There'll be a link in the description for those. Okay, it's part of my larger course, which you can go and check out. There'll be a link there as well. All right, enjoy the video. Welcome to this video about duotone effects. Okay, it's really easy to do. It's a layer that goes over the top of any image, converts it into this cool 2-spot color look. You don't have to do the whole thing. You can do 50-50. You can move it around. It's loads of fun. It's easy to do. Let's get started. Let's open up the images, file open. And in your exercise files, there's a new folder called 11. Okay, and want to open up duotone 1 and 2. Now you can do this with any image, but it does come out nicer if there's a clear contrast between your subject matter and the background. So you might have to do some masking or some sort of way to kind of dull the background. Like this one here is being dodged in the background. So there's a really strong difference between the model here and the background. Anyway, it's really easy to do. With the layer selected, go to Adjustments panel, and you're looking for this one here called Gradient Map. It's the last one on the last row. Give them a click, and instantly that's working. It's just the wrong colors is all. So click anywhere in this colored bar here, and you double click this house and this house to change the colors. You can start with one of the default ones up here. This one here is particularly good. It's almost kind of knocked out that Spotify look that they were doing for a long time. There's some terrible ones in here as well. But let's click on this first one, and I'm going to leave the purple because I like it, and I'm going to double click the orange and move to that more Spotify color-ish. Just drag the hue slider up and down to find where you want it to go. For me, I want it to be in that kind of minty green. That's going to work for me. Now on this side here, I feel like it was a little bit more in the purples. Let's click OK. Let's click OK. Now, if you're finding you got the wrong colors, you can just come out of that color. So if you're like, oh, they're the wrong way around, you can click OK and just click reverse. And just kind of switches those two colors out. Let's go a little bit further. So let's open up Duotone 2. Thank you, Anthony. And that first one was Drewgram. But this one here, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to go down to Adjustments, and you're going to go here. Okay, pick our colors, click in here. It looks pretty cool already. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to use some more specific colors. So I'm going to use, remember this from earlier, Window, Extensions, Adobe Color Themes. If your internet's not super slow, this thing will load up. You want to click Explore. And then I'm just going to work with the kind of most popular colors. And what I'm going to do, I like this one here, fine. Click on the dotted lines, and I'm going to say Add to Swatches. And it just means that now, close down the libraries if they open up, but if you go to Window and go to Swatches, you'll see this like little color box up here. I'm going to close that down. And now when I go into my gradient map, I can click on this White House. Okay, actually double click on the White House, and then I can just come up here and pick one of these colors. So those are the colors that came through from Adobe Color Themes. I'm liking that one. I'm going to double click this one. Now I'm just going to cycle through what I want it to be. Yep, I picked that one. Okay, so that's how to pick specific colors. A couple of other things you can do to enhance your duotone-ness, okay, is to grab this midpoint, and it just decides what becomes what color. So you might find that your image is, let's click on this guy. Okay, there's midpoint here. It just needs a bit of sliding left and right to get the right colors in the right place. Now what you would have noticed there is I got a little bit lost. If you click anywhere but there, it adds another swatch, and you can go for a third color, go for a tricolor. Okay, it might be, see I double click this one, I'm gonna go and pick that one there. Made mine horrible. You too can make yours horrible. If you wanna get rid of colors, say you just got lost and you're like me and you clicked on it by accident and there's colors everywhere. Click, hold, and just drag them off into no man's land. So I'm clicking, holding, and dragging off, and they disappear. Let's go a little bit further. Let's click OK. Duotones can look quite cool if they're kind of like maybe half and half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my rectangle tool and just draw a box kind of halfway down there. So it is the rectangle marquee tool. And what I'm going to do is you can see my gradient map over here. Okay, it's an adjustment layer, and by default it gets given a layer mask, but the layer mask isn't doing anything because it's completely white. So what we can do is we can right click it and say delete that layer mask. And just like we do for any other, remember we did selections in the last one with our boat and our island. Okay, with the selection here, with that layer selected, I can click layer mask and I can do just half of it. So the black stuff gets hidden and the white stuff shows through. Cool, huh? Doesn't have to be straight up and down. You can do a selection with the, say, the polygonal lasso tool. So I'm going to undo. Okay, and I'm going to go from this one over to here. So I'm doing a really quick selection around kind of halfway through, then hit layer mask. You might do something more like that. I'm going to undo again. I've seen them quite cool where it's just like a kind of like, I don't know, a box. I want to do that. Okay. And the cool thing about it is because it's on its own layer, okay, with my move tool, I can just kind of move it around to kind of best, I don't know, get where I want it to be. Nowhere's good. I can transform it. So like I transform, I use Command T or Control T on a PC and I go back to my 50/50. Hit return. I like that. All right, so that is our duotone effect. Yeah, that's going to be us in this video. Let's get on to the next one where we set a couple of projects. Hi, it's me again. If you enjoyed the video, a thumbs up really helps me in what I'm doing. Also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel because I release a video like this every week. Also know that this is part of my larger course. Okay, so this is like a free part of it. There's a larger course called Photoshop Essentials. So you could go check that out. There's a link in the description for that full course. Also know that there's exercise files. Those are free to download. Go check that out, link in the description. Another link in the description will be the cheat sheet. So I make like a PDF cheat sheet for Photoshop with all the tips and tricks you can print off and stick next to your computer and be more awesome. Link in the description. Yeah, all right, that's enough. Haere rā.